The most insane trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the US. In theory, that means a stronger US economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
Wow, so that was the Tariff War explained. And, I just learned a lot watching this video. In theory, it seems like we're doing something good for the country, right? In theory, it does. Who knows how it's going to actually turn out. It makes sense. The Canada and Mexico thing definitely makes sense if we only export to them, like what he say, less than like 3% of our GDP comes from sending stuff to them. So it definitely makes sense with them. Now, as far as China, I did see recently that China said they're ready for any type of war with the U.S., whether it be a trade war or any other type of war. So, I think it's best for there to be peace in that situation. But I do not think our government is going to back down. I don't think Trump is going to back down. So let's see how all of that works out. I just find all of this stuff kind of, well, not kind of interesting, but actually very interesting in, just seeing how the geopolitical stuff actually works, and do I think Canada actually should become a state? Probably, right? Because they have all this uninhabitable land up here, and they're like their real land. The land that they actually use is kind of like very close. So it's like they have a lot of land that they don't use. So they seem bigger than what they actually are. So I think they want to become a state. Some of their citizens don't like what's going on up there. So I don't think some of their citizens will mind. But Canada as a whole, I don't think they want to become a United States of America and, just give up their nation, right? I don't think they want to do that. I traveled to Canada last year. I really liked it up there. I went to Montreal. I still got to see this side of Vancouver's and British Columbia and Toronto. I haven't been to Toronto yet either, but I like Canada. I like Mexico too. I just recently went to Mexico in December. I just know there's a lot of corruption. We gotta control the border. We gotta stop the fentanyl, right? If it's really about the fentanyl, controlling the border, and making sure America is, benefiting as much from other countries as the other countries benefit from us, then I don't really see a problem with it, man. I don't see a problem with it. But, if any information in this video was wrong, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm always willing to learn something new, always willing to be corrected by the people in the comments. I definitely read some of you guys' comments. But yeah, man, like I said, it's very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes up and, the path that our country is going into. Like I always say, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I'm just for whatever is best for the country at the time. American first. American first. I love seeing the world. I love other countries, but we got to make sure we straight here, man, for our kids and our kids' kids and our kids' kids. We got to look towards the future and make sure we're doing what's best for them. But let me know what you guys think about the whole trade war, tariff war that's going on. Very interesting, very interesting. As always, love y'all. I'm out.